everybody, welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, my name's Jordan and I review boxing gear. Today I'm going to be doing first impressions of a pair of Russian Boxer training gloves in this all white color scheme. So Russian Boxer, if you haven't heard of them, this is obviously a Russian boxing company based out of Moscow, Russia. But the interesting thing is that these gloves are made in Mexico. And based on some research and other reviews I've seen of the glove, the story is that these gloves are made by the same people in the same factory where Grant gloves are made. Now, I personally don't have a pair of Grant boxing gloves. I've never owned a pair of Grant boxing gloves, but I have used them. I have friends at the gym who own them, and I've tried them on. I've never been a huge fan based on their price point. I never really saw the value in that. So when I saw that these were a potential option at half the price, that I definitely thought potentially could be worth it. So I was really excited to get these gloves. They have a website. Probably the easiest way to communicate with them and ask about their products is through Instagram. So look them up on Instagram, Russian Boxer. That's how I asked them about this product. That's how I went through and kind of set up payment and shipping and all of that with them as well. It was super easy, and they respond really quickly to your DMs if you send them. So the glove that I'll be reviewing today is a 12-ounce training glove. They make training gloves and fight gloves. And I will say, from the Grant gloves that I have used before for my training partners and stuff in the gym, these are very similar and feel extremely similar. I won't be able to do a side-by-side comparison, but I definitely think it definitely does look and feel like these are made in the same factory where Grant gloves are made. So I got the 12-ounce weight in these gloves. I almost did the 14-ounce, and actually speaking with them on Instagram, they recommended the 12-ounce, and I'm glad I listened to them and went with the 12-ounce. As is pretty common with Mexican-made gloves, while it's 12 ounces on the tag, they weigh more than 12 ounces. So each of these gloves weigh 15.0 ounces on the nose, both of them the exact same weight. So it's great that they're the same weight. But obviously, 15 ounces is a lot more than 12. And I will say that they do fit more similar to like a 14/16 ounce glove. So I'm glad I went with the 12 ounce. So what I'll do now is kind of do a walk around the glove and show you, kind of give you an up close look on the leather, stitching, and talk to you about that. First, we'll check out the leather of the glove. Genuine leather here. And I'll say the quality of the leather is good. Solid, not the best leather quality that I've seen before, but it doesn't feel cheap. Pretty smooth, pretty good thickness to it, not super thick, but also not really thin either. So leather, pretty nice, pretty consistent throughout the glove, as you can see here. So pretty pleased with the leather quality. Looking at the seams and the stitching, so we do have welted seams here, as you can see, which is not every Mexican made glove has, but a lot do. And I think those welted seams look really nice. The stitching is pretty good. It's really good in some areas and fine in others. So looking across the back, the stitching across here for the triple cuff is good. Stitching around the label, I think could, kind of be a little cleaner. It's a little like uneven up there. But down around the bottom of the cuff, we're looking good. Across the thumb here, this is where I think like it could be cleaned up some. These could be tighter together like it is up here. The stitching for the split thumb also, I think this could be a little tighter. But up here in the fingertip area, this is excellent. This is really good stitching. That is all held together really well. Across the grip bar, this is pretty good. It's a little, crooked there. Along the thumb, pretty good. And just the palm area in general, pretty good, solid stitching. Not the best, but no frayed edges, no like split seams. I don't see any significant defects in the glove, which is good. So stitching, pretty good. So one thing I do want to say is, you can kind of see here is there's a little bit of this like warp, like this, almost like the glove is being twisted a little bit, and you can see that kind of in the grain here. Again, I don't know if this is because of the leather. I don't know if it's because of the stitching, the latex padding inside. It's even more so on this left glove. It's like, it looks quite like it's being twisted like this. Now, I will say, when I first got these, I noticed that, and I wanted to see if this was going to be an issue. So I have tried them on, and I've used these training once to check. And when you put this left one on and you get it all cinched up, it does straighten out pretty well. From here up, it's not twisted. So your hand doesn't feel like it's twisted. Your knuckles are flush against the padding up here. The thumb is not twisted. It's comfortable in there. So functionally, no problem. It's just kind of the look and feel. You can see it's just a little twisted there. Maybe as I use these more and the leather gets maybe a little softer, a little more broken in, maybe that fixes. But that is something that I noticed right out the box. All right, so that's kind of the walk around, makeup, quality of the glove, fit and feel, which for me is always, one of the most important parts. So again, this is a 12-ounce glove, but it does fit like, a 14 or 16-ounce glove, depending on the brand. So I'll say this 12-ounce glove is pretty similar in fit. And when I'm talking about fit, I'm talking about just kind of the way, how much space is in the hand compartment. I'm not saying, the ergonomics of the glove or anything like that. I'm strictly talking about just kind of the general sizing of the glove. So these 12-ounce are pretty similar to my Bryant Boxing 14-ounce or my Savas Pro Series 16-ounce gloves. My Bryant Boxing gloves, which are 14-ounce, also weigh about 15 ounces, and these weigh 15 ounces, so that makes sense. Be sure to check out, I have a video of my first impressions of those Bryant Boxing gloves in the Desert Rose Yellow, so be sure to check that out. Another great Mexican-made pair of boxing gloves. But the fit of these, so I kind of like a compact hand compartment, a little tighter feel. I'm very happy I went with 12 ounces. 14 ounce would be too big, 16 ounce even more so. So very happy with the 12 ounce. These gloves are very broken in. As you can see, I only used these once, and it was really just to test them out and make sure that this little twist feature that is kind of in the gloves, that it wasn't a big problem with the gloves. I didn't have to send them back. It wasn't, so I haven't used them since, so I could make this video. So really broken in, grip bars in a nice space, pretty compact. I have about 3/4 of an inch from my side of my hand to the edge here. So with wraps on, hand compartment, feels good. I could either put my Skulltech and or my Fortress hand wraps, and they would be snug in here. Definitely would work in here. Or I could just do wraps, no padding, and it would fit fine. So hand compartment, that's kind of a point of reference for the sizes. Thumb is very comfortable. So this seam, super comfortable. The placement of the thumb, excellent. This part up here is not pushing down into my webbing, so that's great. I really like parallel thumbs. It's firm padding up over here, so the back of your thumb is protected. My thumb isn't jamming up at the top. It comes in about right there. So very comfortable thumb placement. Wrist area, they do the rounded padding here, which is nice. You have a lot of extra padding, so you can kind of get a nice cinched in, good tight wrist protection. I always use my Lacen loops, which I also have a video on, so check out that video if you haven't seen that. Wrap them up, and you get really nice wrist protection. So fit and feel of the glove, great. They do feel similar to the Grant gloves I have tried before, particularly up here in this knuckle area. The shape, the feel, the padding, very similar. From what I can tell and feel, this is just a single piece of latex padding across here, no multi-layer, no changes, nothing fancy, but a very like shock absorbing protection. Again, the one time I used them, lots of feedback on the heavy bag. So if you're someone who likes that crack, that pop, these could be for you. Again, I need to train more with these, and then I'll get a full video, a full review for you guys. But since I did try them once, I add that in there. But yeah, fit and feel, great. So very happy from that standpoint. All right, so those are my first impression of the Russian Boxer 12-ounce lace-up training gloves. Very excited to try them out now. I will get up a full review after I've gotten a good number of rounds in with these gloves. After that, I do then intend to do kind of a comparison with some of my other Mexican-made gloves, particularly my Bryant boxing gloves, kind of comparing and contrasting these two pair of gloves. If you like the video, please hit that like button, comment down below if you have any questions about these pair of gloves. Also follow me on Instagram. It's Jordan Miller on YouTube. I interact with people from YouTube and Instagram there, answer questions, talk about boxing stuff, post information from my videos. So be sure to check me out there as well. And please hit that follow button, notification bell to be notified of all my upcoming videos so you won't miss any of those. All right, I'll see you guys next time.